Mega cheese incoming! Hi guys, my name is Hellie and I am a real-life living vampire. You're probably here because you searched Yahoo Vampire, Fox News Vampire, Daily Record Vampire, Can Vampires Be Real? Is She For Real? Vampire, all the vampires. So yeah, I am a real living vampire, and it's true what they say, I love to be cozy. I thought I would come on here and make a short video about what a living vampire is, a few different types of living vampires, the kind of living vampire I am, and more tea about that Fox News interview with Jesse Waters. So what is a real-life living vampire? A real vampire is someone who is void of energy, and needs to get it through other means. There are psychic vampires like myself who will just straight up take energy. Usually it's ambient energy, and that's the energy that is all around you, not in you. So for example, I may go to a concert or just any crowd of people and I can feel the energy and I take it in and I feel so much more energized. There are instances where you could take energy directly from someone, but that would need their consent because it can be a lot. But there are some people who have a lot of emotions, like maybe they're empaths, maybe they have anxiety. And they'll come to me, like my friends will come to me and be like, I have too much energy, please take some of this. And me needing energy always is like, yeah, of course, let's do this. Then there are living vampires who are blood drinkers. They're called sanguine, and what they do is they take usually a little droplet of some sort and they do the blood stuff. And I have to note that it is with consent that they do this, and everyone gets checkups, everyone makes sure, you know, that they're healthy, and again, consent is always key, but that's just not for me. I don't resonate with that as much. I don't want to yuck anyone's yum, but it's just not for me. And if it is for you, of course, make sure you're being careful, make sure you're being safe, make sure you're using the proper tools, make sure everyone is happy and consenting to this. And then, there are sexy vampires.
Remember that you fake laugh so that no one knows you're being dead-ass serious.
They get their energy feedings sexually. So again, consent is key here. But there are, like I said, many different ways that one can be a vampire. It all just boils down to this need of energy that maybe you have. You have this energy. You're an empath. You have like an excess amount of energy. We don't. We have the opposite problem. We have not enough. By me doing ambient energy feedings, I can envision, especially when I'm in a meditative state, that energy being around people, and I take it and I kind of pull it in or suck it in to me and to my consciousness. And, you know, I always make sure the vibes are good because I like good vibes energy only. But yeah, I think a lot of people think that it is this ominous thing when it's really a lot like a Reiki session. It's just energy work. I need energy and I'm getting energy, and that's pretty much all there is to it. On another note though, I do like to dress up as a vampire, and there are many living vampires who don't do this. They think maybe it's perhaps too silly or people won't take them seriously, but for me it's an outward reflection of my soul. It's an outward reflection of who I am. And so the lipstick, the phoenix eyes representing a phoenix, which is something I resonate with, so I created this. But what else? The flowy shirts, the rings, the skirts, the pants, the capes, all of that stuff is just an outward reflection of, you know, who I am on the inside. And I love the vampiric aesthetic. I've always loved vampires. I'm a huge fan of Anne Rice. So yeah, I live that lifestyle, but I also spiritually am a vampire. And I know I'm gonna get comments saying, you're not a real vampire if you don't suck anyone's blood or sleep in a coffin or not run away from garlic. But for real, search up living vampirism, because I'm not the only one who feels this way. There are many people out of the coffin, and we're among you, and we're around you, and we're taking off those good vibes, and we're vibing. I don't sleep in a coffin. I prefer a cozy bed and blankets and pillows. I don't turn into a bat, usually. I don't, what else? I don't burst into flames if I enter a church. I don't burst into flames if I touch a crucifix. I'm actually quite fond of looking at crucifixes. I'm obsessed with garlic. I want garlic bread. I want it on my pizza. I want it on my spaghetti. I love garlic, so that is not going to make me run away. And if you try to spray holy water in my face, ew, like that's just wrong. I'm not gonna die, but don't try it. Would I spray the Bath and Body Works vampire blood all over your face to make you stop being normal? No, so don't throw holy water on me, it's not cool. But that being said, I will not pass away. What else? What else? Oh, there is one that sort of holds true to an old legend, and it's the thing about the sun. I don't like the sun. The sun is gross. The sun makes me feel weak and nauseous, and it's not until I'm in the shade and can do an energy feeding where I feel a lot better. And I'm not the only vampire that feels like this. If you search on here, Logan and Daily South did several interviews. They're also living vampires, and they also talk about their experiences with the sun and that it is no bueno for them. So we lose a lot of our energy, we get tired, we get weak, we get nauseous, we get irritable, whereas a lot of people love the sun and they love going to beaches and they love, you know, being in the sun all the time. For me, it's not a vibe. And while I personally practice witchcraft and paganism, and my deities are Norse deities, that's not always true for every living vampire. There are living vampires who are Christians. There are living vampires who are no religion at all, or there are living vampires who worship Egyptian deities. But for me, my path is very unique to myself, and that's what I encourage to other people, is to have their own unique path within this and with anything they choose to do, or with anything that they find out about themselves, is to just stay true to yourself, because it's easy to kind of get lost in this thing where, oh, if you see, it's already such a small community and such a small platform as it is. So like, if you're awakening to yourself and you're realizing that you've always been this living vampire and you finally have a word for it, and you see another living vampire behaving a certain way, dressing a certain way, worshiping certain deities, it's very easy to go and say, okay, well then that's probably what I need to do then too. And I say, you know, if it's safe and you're not hurting yourself and anyone, try new things. But if it's not you, it's okay to say it's not you, and look for the things that fit you and serve you. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. But being a living vampire is all about, for me, benefiting myself and benefiting the world around me and just bettering things and having good vibes and embracing, I guess, that darkness in me. Because to me, I always say, the dark is not always evil, just like the light is not always good. There are a lot of pastel dressing Christian ladies who have been the meanest to me. So, and then there are people who dress goth and wear black lipstick who have been the kindest, most welcoming individuals there is. So I think it's important to embrace all sides of yourself, and it's important to make a positive impact within the world around you. So for me, just to kind of recap, for me, being a living vampire is taking energy, taking good vibes. For me, being a living vampire is also dressing the part, because I do have a sort of story on TikTok. There are living vampires who are baristas, living vampires who are janitors, living vampires who are lawyers, and I'm a living vampire who plays a fictional vampire, so that's what I do. So I do that, I dress the part, I look like a vampire, but I also love to be cozy. I also love wearing my sweaters and having tea and on all that fun stuff. So for me, my path is unique, as your path should be as well. But I just wanted to come on here and say that, because it is easy to get stereotyped, especially when you're in such a small umbrella term as it is. that we're all different and we're all unique, and that's what makes us special, and I'm glad that we're all that way because the world would be boring if it wasn't. But anyway, I'm rambling, but I just wanted to come on here. Oh, I was going to talk about the Jesse Waters stuff. Okay, we're going to save that video for next time, so if you want to hear the tea about how I got on Fox News of all places, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you ring that notification bell and all that fun stuff, and I will see you for a part 2. Bye, my friends.